Hello. So part two of my rant, and I apologise that I'm waving the camera around quite wildly in my excitement. So I hope that's not making anyone seasick. So yeah, what was I saying? I was ranting. Yeah, unidentified flying objects. I don't like the term, but that's what has been used. And people frequently say, do you believe in UFOs? Well, a UFO means an unidentified object. So, of course, you've got to believe in unidentified flying objects because there are frequently unidentified flying objects. Maybe it's just me being a pedant here, taking this too literally, but it drives me absolutely nuts when people ask that. What they mean is, do you believe in flying saucers? Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe that this planet is being visited? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, but say what you mean. Think clearly. You know, people, you can actually die of vagueness. I say this to people, clients in recovery from addictions, that, you know, if your thinking is so vague and you don't ever nail anything down, you can get yourself into some serious trouble. Doesn't really matter on this subject. You know, this is kind of like I think it is a fun subject. You know, there are people out there that treat it deadly seriously and think that the world is being run by alien lizards that fly in UFOs. But frankly, I just think this subject's a bit of fun and I enjoy it. So I shouldn't get so het up. But there we go. So if you accept the premise then that there are objects in the sky which are identified, like birds and planes and weather balloons and increasingly drones. I think they're causing a lot of sightings at the moment because it's still something fairly new for us to get our heads around. They're the identified objects. Sometimes something comes along that is unidentified, so what is it? Well, the likelihood that all UFOs or all anomalous aerial phenomena are caused by one thing is poor thinking on my part. I think they're caused by a whole range of things, including, and another rant here is that people sometimes talk about the paranormal and then or the mysterious, and then they say, oh, but it's got a logical explanation. Well, I think to me the paranormal and the mysterious also have a logical explanation. It's just one, beyond what we're currently aware of. So please don't. I'm getting really cross and ranty today. So if you want to get my good books, please don't use phrases like no, this can't be something paranormal or it can't be something alien. It must have a logical explanation, because that just doesn't make sense either. It kind of really annoys me. So I hope you're sticking with me with all this. What causes UFOs? What's behind them? Well, I think there's a whole range of things. And I think for the most part, it's this is a better phrase, a more elegant and accurate phrase for a non-mystical or a non-otherworldly explanation, a mundane explanation. Mundane, mundus means world, so it means worldly, known, familiar. So mundane explanation. Okay. Which is always when it's a bit of a disappointment, really. You think you see a UFO and it turns out to be something kind of really boring, like a helicopter or something like that. That's a mundane explanation. So most of them, I think, do have mundane explanation. I think, like I said, a lot of drones at the moment. I think loads of stuff that we see in the sky is the result of military experiments, well, not necessarily military experiments, but experiments of different types of aircraft and spacecraft that are being secretly tested, and that goes on all the time. So that's going to be some of it. The classic weather balloon is going to be some things, but also, I'm very open to the possibility that things go beyond that, and there are sightings of things which, if we're to believe them and take them at face value and it's not a hoax, then they couldn't be explained by those things. So that clearly means that they're aliens. No, it doesn't. This is the other thing that annoys me. There might be. I'm open to that possibility. There might be aliens, as in creatures from another planet. But, we don't know that for sure. Maybe there are other intelligences that live deep within the sea. Maybe there are other intelligences that live deep within the earth. Maybe there are other intelligences that live in Antarctica or wild places. Maybe what we're experiencing is some kind of spiritual phenomena. And this is kind of where context comes into it, because I think people have always seen this kind of stuff. But if you go back in time, there's a kind of couple of instances from history. I think it was Richard the Lionheart claimed to have a vision of the cross in the sky, and he changed. Tell me if I've got the history wrong here. And he changed the patron saint of England from Saint Edward the Confessor to Saint George. That was a vision. Saint Constant, the Emperor Constantine, saw visions of the cross in the sky. Cornwall, St Michael's Mount, fishermen saw visions of St Michael in the sky. Okay, so if you show the same phenomena to somebody from the medieval period or the ancient period, they would probably interpret it as a religious apparition of some kind, perhaps with some personal meaning for them. Okay, today, because we're all brought up on sci-fi and 1950s B movies of alien invasions, we think it's aliens. But why should we? Yeah. And the other theory that's Nick Redfern talks a lot about this, and I think it's an intelligent and an interesting theory, is could this be some of the things that are seen be interdimensional entities? Creatures of some kind that they don't live entirely on this dimension, but are able to bleed over into it or cross into it and cross back in. Okay. So I'm not asking you to believe any of this malarkey. This is all kind of different theories. You might think, some of that's, way off your woo-woo scale. But this is why I think, people really need to think, and it really bugs me when people make crazy assumptions and they talk about things like, do you believe in UFOs? Because obviously UFOs can only be caused by one thing, and that's aliens. So, and this, I suppose, is my passion for, not just for this, but for everything. I think this kind of one-dimensional non-thinking that people do causes a lot of harm. And I think people, like I say, I think this is a lighter subject, but I think people will apply this kind of thinking to important issues, like how they feel about people with different sexualities or different gender identities or different races, or they make lots of assumptions and they'll take things on board from other people without challenging them. It's like this swallow information whole without questioning it. So I'd say question everything. There's a little tui there. That was a good one. Probably a sign to say stop rambling, Mark. So that was a kind of demystifying UFOs. That was a little plug for my therapy services around what I call safe and sound. And on a deeper level, it was a rallying call, not only for all of us to kind of think about how we think, but kind of encourage that more enlightened, more rational approach with other people, and to think about the language we use, the words and terms we use, and the meanings and the connotations of that, and where it's a serious subject, the serious impact that this can have. Okay, so that's the other thing that really annoys me as well, is that X-Files catchphrase, the truth is out there. What complete meaningless bollocks that is. The truth is out there. The truth is just the truth. The evidence is out there. The discovery is out there. But the truth is out. No! The truth is not out there. The truth is the truth. Anyway, I'm going to go before I rant any more at you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's made you think. I did intend to post a much more serious video, but I just wasn't in that sort of mood, really. So there we go. UFOs demystified. Rangimarie.